I'm Ashley Kyle.
And I'm Bob Spicer.
And this is your Lake of the Ozarks news update brought to you by Lake TV and LakeExpo.com and sponsored by Yacht Club Powersports and Quick Car in Osage Beach.
And today we're going to be talking about how local businesses handled no-wake restrictions during July 4th.
What's happening with the Bagnell Dam floodgates?
Dogs disappearing and rumors of dog fighting in the area.
How a woman got trapped in her own home during the recent flooding.
Another hot summer nights, cruises into history, and Ashley talks with the next Miss America, maybe.
Plus, we'll have boating tips with Bob's No Wake Zone and a look at events coming to the lake this weekend. That's after a message from Yacht Club Powersports.
It's time to have some fun on land with Can-Am ATVs and side-by-sides available at Yacht Club Powersports of Osage Beach. New and used models available. Come and check out the all-new models to get you ready for the fall. Yacht Club Powersports is the only authorized Can-Am dealer at the Lake of the Ozarks. Have some serious fun with the Can-Am Maverick Max or check out the Outlander 1000 XMR. Stop by Yacht Club Powersports, your Can-Am and Sea-Doo provider of mid-Missouri.
It was a perfect night at Hot Summer Nights on Bagnell Dam Strip. The weather was cool, and so were the cars. Herbie was there, and so was a Prowler, a Plymouth Prowler that is, and this one's for sale. Call this number. Looking for a rarity? We always are. Try this.
Tell me a little bit about this Studebaker. It's a 1958 Studebaker Champion. 1 year only on the body style. They added the fins in 58, and on the front they had added a fiberglass pod to where it would make quad headlight.
And in case you think collecting and restoring classic muscle cars is just a guy thing, meet Laura Punyon.
This is a Dodge Challenger. I've always been kind of Mopar minded. We've had a couple different Mopars over the years, but we have this Challenger right now. It's a 74. When we bought it, somebody'd been ditch riding with it and it was pretty tore up, and we refurbished it and made it what it is today.
Did you do all the work?
We hired it done, but we put the shaker on it and we did the interior over and just basically repainted it, everything.
What's it running?
It's got a 440.
440. Is that standard for this Dodge?
No. Standard. This was standard. In 74 came with a 360, I believe.
There is something for everyone in the family at Hot Summer Nights, like balloon making, even a sketch artist, and of course, the cars. For Lake TV, I'm Bob Spicer at Hot Summer Nights.
Hey, are we having fun yet? Hey!
Ameren and the Army Corps of Engineers had to close floodgates at both Bagnell and Truman dams last week to reduce flooding in the Missouri River. The gates had been open to deal with flooding on the lakes, but as a result, the river went up. Authorities say the floodgates were closed for about 48 hours. Now they're open again, and the current management plan is to pass water out of Truman Lake through Lake of the Ozarks over the next couple of weeks until Truman Lake returns to normal levels. More rain, however, could change that plan.
Lake of the Ozarks was under a very rare no-wake restriction during the 4th of July weekend, if you were here, after homes and businesses were flooded by the high waters. That's one of the busiest holiday weekends of the season, and some reported a loss in business, but others say the no-wake situation really helped them. Captain Ron's Bar and Grill took advantage of the event and held a flood party. Some restaurants say their tables were full and there was lots of activities, and propeller repair shops didn't mind the flooding. They've had an increase in business because of propellers hitting debris scattered all across the lake.
But the no-wake rule ended on July 4th, and the next day a Monroe City woman was injured as a result. According to the Missouri State Highway Patrol, 55-year-old Juanita Hathaway was riding a Webcraft runabout when the boat hit a wake and she flew up and landed back in her seat. She was taken by ambulance to Lake Regional Hospital for treatment of moderate injuries.
When 2 dogs were reported missing from the Max Creek area earlier this month, rumors of 11 more stolen dogs began to spread. Some fear the dogs were stolen to be used for illegal dog fighting. Sergeant Scott Hines of the Camden County Sheriff's Department downplayed that rumor, though. But Karen Kelly, the owner of a local dog boarding and adoption center, says it's possible. In 2000, an Eldon man was arrested for that very thing, and admitted being part of a large national dogfighting ring. The Camden County Sheriff's Department only has 2 reports of missing dogs, and they say it doesn't look like those dogs were stolen. Kelly says it's likely that the dogs ran away during a thunderstorm or after hearing some fireworks over the 4th. Anybody with information about those missing dogs, though, should call the Camden County Sheriff's Department.
Lori police say they have found counterfeit money being used in the lake area. The fakes are being passed off as $10 bills. They were first discovered at Lake Oasis gas station in April. Then they were found at the Fast Lane gas station in July. Lori Police Chief Mark Black says one way to find out if a bill is fake is to feel it. Real money is made of cotton and linen and should feel crisp. Phony bills are softer because they are made from normal paper. Also, real money has red and blue fibers you can see weaved into the bill, while the fakes have red and blue lines drawn on them. If you suspect you found counterfeit money, you should call your local law enforcement immediately.
Floodwaters earlier this month trapped a woman under the collapsed roof of her home. Rocky Mount firefighters responded to an emergency call on July 3rd after neighbors heard a woman screaming for help. Firefighters found her buried under her home. They had to dig around the foundation to remove dirt before they used a high-lift jack to raise the roof off of her. Woman was taken by ambulance to the hospital and amazingly had only minor injuries.
There will be cuts at Fort Leonard Wood, but they won't be as severe as local officials had feared. In March, thousands of Missourians came out to a rally to support the fort as an Army commission decided what kind of cuts to make at bases across the country. The first recommendation was to cut 4,500 uniformed personnel from the base, which employs more than 9,000 people. The final decision reduced that number to 774 active duty cuts. Overall, the Army plans to cut 40,000 soldiers from 27 bases over the next 2 years.
The Westlake Aquatic Center has seen a steady increase in attendance this year. The indoor pool in Laurie offers water aerobics, water walking, arthritis classes, lap swimming, and regular free swimming. The attendance boost is attributed to seniors and people wanting to get healthier. More than half the pool's users are senior citizens from Camden County. Rehab professionals also use that pool for water therapy, and the center recently installed a chairlift to help people with disabilities. Coming up, we have interviews with Miss Missouri and boating tips with Bob's No Wake Zone and some other exciting events coming to the lake that you don't want to miss. That's after a word from Quick Car in Osage Beach.
Your vehicle, it's part of who you are. It's your partner in weekday traffic and your passport to weekend fun. It's your sometimes office and your all-the-time concert hall. For all your vehicle is to you, isn't it time you did something for it too? Introducing the Quick Car Monthly Unlimited Wash Club. For only $20 a month, wash your car as often as you want. Enjoy significant savings and never worry if it's going to rain or not. Join the Wash Club today. Quick Car. Quick, easy, and professional every time.
Let's talk courtesy on the boat ramp. You've probably seen it, an inexperienced boater taking up 2 spaces or having a difficult time backing his boat down the ramp. Or maybe you've seen a boat, trailer, and vehicle actually go into the lake. Boat ramp traffic jams can be prevented if everyone practices common courtesy at the ramp. So here are some simple courtesies. Prepare your vessel for launching or for the drive home well away from the ramp. Use at least 2 experienced people to launch and retrieve the boat, one to drive the towing vehicle and the other to operate the boat. If launching and retrieving by yourself, it's recommended you place wheel chocks behind the wheels of the towing vehicle. Never block a ramp with an unattended vessel or vehicle. Move away from the ramp immediately. Now, when you are re-trailering, do not pull your boat onto the launch line until the towing vehicle is in the ramp area. Ask for help from another boater if you need it. I think you'll find that most of the time they're willing to assist and offer suggestions. It might also work in your favor if you practice backing, offloading, and loading on a day other than Saturday. Okay, let's also remember Mr. Drain Plug. Nothing's worse than sinking your boat within a few feet of the launch ramp. That's today's boating tip. I invite you to listen to Bob's No Wake Zone Boating Radio Show, Saturday mornings 7 to 8 on News Talk KRMS. Until next time, we'll see you out on the lake.
How do you feel about the possibility of becoming the next Miss America?
The next Miss America, well, it's a dream come true, I have to say. I think every little girl dreams about that chance to go compete on that famous stage in Atlantic City for the crown of Miss America. I remember growing up, sitting on my living room floor, watching Miss America be crowned and just dreaming that I could do that one day. And particularly, a dream of mine has been to do a point dance on the Miss America stage, to be that ballerina. So I'm doing a jazz dance on point to Michael Jackson's Pretty Young Thing. And I have to say, that's the phase of competition I'm most excited about, is performing my talent on that famous stage, hopefully in the top 15 on TV so everybody can watch me. But I'm just so excited for the opportunity. I come from a really small town called Hale, Missouri. It's about 400 people. And when I tell people I'm from a town that small, they don't believe me. Or they say, how can a small town girl from a town that small become Miss America? And I think it's that small town upbringing that has made me so confident and so well-rounded, because everyone from that town has empowered me my entire life. We're a lot more like a family than a small town. So I think that's something special that I have walking into Miss America, is that upbringing, and I'm so excited to represent that at Miss America.
The Ozarks Amphitheater will be booming with classic rock again this weekend. On Friday, check out the Guess Who playing with special guest Mark Andrew from The Voice. Doors open at 6:30 and the show starts at 7:30. On Saturday night, you can enjoy the music of ABBA played by the tribute band Arrival. Doors open at 6:30 and that show starts at 7.
This weekend, you can enjoy two different theatrical performances. The Young People's production of The Wizard of Oz will be playing Friday at 5 p.m. and Saturday at 6 p.m. at the Camden County Museum. Tickets are $15. They include a buffet dinner. Reservations are strongly recommended.
You can also check out the Missoula Children's Theater performance of The Little Mermaid at Camdenton Middle School Little Theater. There are two shows on Saturday at 3 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. Tickets are $10 for adults and $5 for students.
Well, it's the heat of the summer, in case you haven't noticed, and that means it's time for Aquapalooza at Dog Days Bar and Grill. Bring the whole family out to enjoy free concerts and activities on the water all day.
Ed Libby will be performing one of his jaw-dropping fireworks displays on Saturday at Seven Springs Winery. You won't want to miss this one. Reserved seating begins after 7 p.m. It costs $14 for the buffet or $10 for a reserved seat, and reservations are required. This has been your Lake of the Ozarks News Update.
Thanks for watching us on Charter Cable 197, Como Connect Channel 90, and watch us anytime on MyLakeTV.com, and we'll see you next time.